Hey guys, you're watching C1 and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of ZONOCraft Season 2. I can't remember what episode this is. I think this is 145. It rings a bell. We have our boat shell here, our sort of skeleton. Today, I'm really hoping to get the entire, hull done. Is that what it's called? Hull? It sounds about right. It's going to be a tricky one to do, but I reckon we can at least get pretty close. So what we've got to do here is think about the best way to go about it. I think we've got the center one that goes all the way down along the bottom and then pulls up on the rear of the ship. I think I want to do one in this thin middle point here as well. And I think instead of using lily pads, we could probably, hopefully, get away with using dirt now that we don't have to dig down all the way to the bottom of the ocean, just to give us a little bit of an easier start here. And I think we're going to come down 3 blocks on that side for starters, and 3 blocks on this side. Now, doing this in creative is easy because if you get it wrong, you can very quickly rectify what your mistake was. In survival, that's not quite the case. You have to sort of get your axe out, and it takes a little bit more time to do. Where's the bottom? Oh my god, yeah, it is really deep, isn't it? It's because this is a really thin part of the boat. I actually like that. I think I'm going to come down another one there and there. And then we'll go underneath it instead of trying to squeeze through it. And then do it like this. Now, this might look a little bit weird at the moment, being that thin, but you've got to remember that this is the thinnest part of the boat. In fact, it's only 9 blocks wide, including the 2 logs on either, or the 1 log on either side. So it only gives you 7 spaces, 7 blocks worth to be able to walk through the middle there. But at least that gives us a shape. Doing this in survival is especially difficult, so we need to take our time and really plan exactly where we're going to place it. I think there is the next sort of U shape that we want to do. So let's make another dirt pillar somewhere in the middle here. Somewhere around here would be great. Fantastic. Like so. I'm also going to... Can I turn autosave? Disable auto... I don't want to disable it, no. If I disable autosave, I know I'm going to make a huge mistake. Or by not saving it after the episode finishes. I'm just one of those people. Okay, so I'm going to come down 3 blocks again, similar to there. And I'm going to come in 1. And do the same on this side. But because this is bigger, we can do a little bit more of a gentler curve. 1, 2, 3, and then in here. I should be able to come down here now. So I'm going to go again with the 2 blocks down, exactly the same as back there. And it should all match up very nicely. And then we'll do that. And the same move with this side. There will be, no doubt, a fair bit of cutaway parts in this episode, just so we don't spend 7 episodes doing this. Because, as you can imagine already, you might be able to tell that this does take a little while to do, to figure out. And I'd rather get it right and then spend 3 episodes getting it wrong and then have to redo parts. Okay, so I'm going to come down here again. I'm getting close to the bottom of the ship. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come out there and there. So then the bottom one is like solely on it. Solely? Is that the right word? Solely on its own? By itself? I don't know. Okay, so there's the widest part of the boat now. And I don't think we might need one on the end, but I think if we start off with the front of the ship, it might be quite easy. Can I actually hit the top of this? Oh, I can. Oh, that would have saved a lot of time last episode. Grabbing lily pads, wouldn't it? If I knew that. Okay, so that goes all the way along there. And then I'm going to place them here as well. Now, I have no idea exactly how I'm going to do this. This is going to just be trial and error. Completely trial and error. So I'm going to place that there and that there. And then basically, there is a tactic to this. There is a tactic that I use while building ships. I start off with something like that. And then I come around here. And I draw around the outside. And as you can see, when you draw around the outside of that, it joins up nicely to there. And you can do the same on the other side as well. So we'll come up here. Underneath all of these logs, I'm going to be placing planks. That's just like a guarantee. I'm not going to have any logs that has nothing underneath it, you know, around that top level. So you can bear that in mind if you're building your own ship. You'll see what I mean when we're at the very end. But that's something like that. And then we can build up this way a little bit. I think I'm going to come down maybe like that. That looks a little bit too jaggedy there. See what I mean there? So I'm going to add another one there. And then another one there. And that gives us this sort of... what we're trying to do is we're trying to replicate these sort of arch shapes throughout the entire build. It's not easy, but it is possible. So then we add another 2 there. 1 there. And then 1 there and... there? Nope, nope. That one goes... oh, was I standing on something there? Oh, I'm standing on sand here. Wonderful. There, there, and there. And then that gives us the same shape there. Now, I will be doing it on the other side, but this is a pattern that I can, for sure, replicate very easily. And as you can see, it already looks like the bow of the ship is sort of falling away from us towards the center of the boat. I need some more planks here. That's so handy. I'm a real fan of the manual crafting. I really am. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom here. And again, the first step that we always do when starting a new level is just draw around the outside of the previous layer. So like that. And then we can start from up here. Like this. That's always step 1. Always. And then you go from there. So, should I cut away or should I continue on with this? We've been going for 7.5 minutes. I reckon we can continue on for a little while at least. Let's remove this. Get this out of the way for us for the minute. And can I reach these? Get rid of those. And I don't need that one there either. Wonderful. And again, you don't have any blocks. Probably the first step that you could do is just literally run this along all of the logs. Because we're going to be doing that anyway, so you can go around the outside entirely with that, and that gives you at least a little bit easier of a starting point. Okay, and then again, we're going to do something similar to that. So I think I'm going to have it like this, then this, then this, then those 2, then those 2. And then... No, I like that. I like that. Okay, now it's not something that you can quite as easily replicate on that side now because we're starting to get to different numbers of logs here than will be on the other side. But it's going to slowly build up. Let's start on the front. I literally went looking for a splash potion to splash myself with so I could like go faster. I even double tapped then to fly. I played too much creative. That's that's a sign that you play too much creative, is when you start trying to fly in survival. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, now the front is one of the most important parts and also one of the most difficult parts to do. And we're going to start by working our way towards the front this direction. So again, we're drawing around the outside and that joins up beautifully to there. And I might drag this one back here. I tell you what, my respiration helmet is coming in so handy. It's unbelievable. I'm really glad that I've got it. When I got respiration on this helmet, I was like, oh great, that's something that's never going to be used. Like, I'm never going to use that for what it's meant to be used for. But as it turns out, it's probably one of the best enchantments you can have for building a boat in survival. Definitely. Alright, and then bring this one out like that. Okay, I still think I can copy that on the other side and get it correct. We're actually getting some animals spawn on this island too. We might be able to survive here without going back to our base for a little while. I've got enough food to last a few more episodes at least, and a little bit of off-camera, or a fair bit of off-camera work. 30 steaks is definitely enough, but we got 2 cows on here already. I should really put those in a cage, shouldn't I? Put them in a fenced area so they don't despawn, but hopefully they won't anyway. Let's get back over here. Alright, so that looks okay, but it looks a little bit diagonal. So let's remove this one and this one. I prefer that a lot better. We're trying to keep these smooth arches. That's a very important part to our boat here and the overall look afterwards. Alright, come around here. If we can get to the bow of the ship, I'll then cut away off camera and at least mirror what we've got on this side. Okay, so I've drawn round the outside of this layer again. And at some point, we're going to have to go to just one block at the top instead of two. But I think for the moment, 2 blocks is gonna be better. And I think that might be it for that layer. And I think we want this one to come round here. It's so clever how these actually just join up to exactly where we need them to. Like if I drag it back here, it's like magic. It joins up perfectly to that one. It's a really cool tip that not a lot of people use while building boats. There's many tactics, but hopefully, if you haven't built a boat before, this might help you. Okay, this is the point where we're going to have only one block at the top. So this one then just drags around here. We might as well go back to the center of the ship here as well. Take that away. And come back here. Am I going to have enough before I need a new stack? Ah! Okay. 1 minute. Let's get some air. This hasn't joined up like our magical one would usually do. So what we're going to do is actually remove maybe 3 of these. 1. Oh, it's so hard underwater. It's a shame you can't shift underwater, isn't it? If you shift and you just stay exactly where you were. I've taken those 3 away. And then what we're going to do is add those 3 to there instead. That might look a little bit weird for now, but I promise you it will actually look good once we really start getting the rest of the boat together here. So, up to the start again. Yeah, that will be fine. That'll be fine, because then these 2 definitely can be filled in directly along here. I might make this bit bigger here, so we can drag this one out like this. And this one comes along here. And now we've sort of got the bottom of the boat is actually joined up now to the top of the boat. So that's definitely a huge step in the right direction. We've only got a little bit of gap here to go. So I'm going to drag this down like this. We might be removing some of these soon. But we'll come down here and underneath there. Wonderful. That joins up to there. And I think this is the last layer of this front of the ship here. And I think what we're going to do is actually come there and there. But then just shortcut and do that one. That one. And let's back off a little bit. No, I don't like that one. That one. That one. That one. And that one. That one. That one. And that one. And there. Alright, and then that's got that corner in. Now, let's back off. Let's go over here somewhere. And see if we really do like that shape. I think I like that. I think I like that. Maybe there's a couple that can be removed. I can see one right where my cursor is that I would like to remove. And tune up a little bit. So we'll take this one away. And replace that there. And this one can go. And this one can go. And now those 4 pillars are all at the same height. And I don't like that either. So I'm going to remove that one and that one. And replace that with that one. And I think that's the boat shape that I'm going to stick with, roughly. There might be a couple of more changes in it once we get going again. But that looks pretty good. I like the shape of that. Yeah, I do like the shape of that. Okay, I'm going to replicate this on the other side and build it right back to where we've got here. We've done it already, so you shouldn't mind too much. And I shall be right back. Is now done, like we can see. By the way, I want to add more logs to this as well. So some of these planks will actually be removed. at a later date. But for now, just to get the shape of the boat in, I've actually just not put the logs in yet. But I want to have, you see how we've got this band of logs that go around the top? I want to have one that goes on this level and possibly this level as well. So it's sort of layered, and then I want to put cannons in it because this is a pirate ship at the end of the day. And what's a pirate ship without cannons? It's not a pirate ship, is it? This is all of the wood I think I've got on me now. I've got a little bit more here. I got loads in the chest though. We bought like a ton over from the god tree that we had left over. That didn't take anywhere near as many logs as I thought it would. It was actually a really cheap build, that whole god tree. I thought that would take absolutely hundreds and hundreds of them, stacks and stacks and stacks. But why am I crouching? But it didn't. It was actually a super cheap project, and some of me wished at the beginning, oh, why did I waste so much time chopping down all those trees in the tree farm then, when it didn't really take that many. And I thought, well, one, I didn't know it wasn't going to take that many logs, and secondly, if I didn't do it, then this project probably wouldn't have been happening right now, because I wouldn't have all of the logs ready, would I? So all swings and roundabouts, isn't it? So we'll come down here like this, and this part should go relatively easy. The back's going to be a little bit tricky because of how square it gets at the back. Is that wolf after that sheep? It is. There should be more things like that in Minecraft. Definitely, there should be more combat between neutral animals, you know, between worldly animals, because at the moment that's pretty much it. I know dogs scare away skeletons on PC. I don't think that we've got that currently on console, but on PC at least they can scare away skeletons, because obviously they're made of bones. And all sorts like that. But you know, when you play Skyrim, there's always fights going on between animals. Like, you might go to a little beached area, and there'll be a mud crab fighting, I don't know, a troll or something. I don't know. It's a bit of an unfair fight, but it's just a really cool thing to see, like, in the game. It adds so much more life to the place. When there's so much more going on like that. It is really nice to see. Okay, this middle part, this is a tricky part of the boat, because it goes so thin here. We sort of have to build it down, and like at the moment this looks way too thin. So I think what we're actually going to have to do is remove something like that, and then have it sort of double down on itself down this way. Now there's going to be a little bit of teasing involved to get this right, but it's something like that, and then this will have to go in the middle somewhere like this. Oh, not there. The boat goes thinner there, doesn't it? Ooh, carefully. If we can get this done by the end of the episode here, just this sort of center part, I will be very happy. Like that, because it goes wider here, but it's thinner here, and that's going to be a real struggle. Okay, I need to get some more logs, because if I run out halfway through, it's gonna ruin my train of thought. How much do I have in here? Okay, no, we got tons. Each one of these gives us 4 stacks of planks, so we should be plenty fine here. Yeah, that looks like it's wrong at the moment. Now we can maybe just, I'm gonna take this out and put that there, and that might be all it needs, because although at the moment it looks a little bit flat, once we get the logs and the cannons in, that will really hide up. You won't be able to tell that it is as actually flat as what it is. So that'll be very handy. Okay, now down the middle of the boat here, we obviously wanted to go thinner, but it's fatter out here. Nope. I'm just trying to think of like the next step of how we do this. We know that this has to drag around here. Let's stick to the tips and tricks that I've already spoke about this episode. This has to come around here, and that will eventually join up somewhere where we want. Filling in the interior here. Now this, I'll talk about it in more detail in a later episode. But we're going to have to, at some point, if we want to have stuff down here, get rid of all of this water. Now, there are a few tips, and I can mention now, for those of you that want to go ahead of me, if you are building this boat yourself, the easiest way I find is sand or gravel. Fill it all up and then use a good shovel to get rid of it, or torches, depending on how big your boat is. But that's definitely quicker because the sand falls. You can use dirt and a shovel. That's probably the second quickest way if you've got a really good shovel, but that does mean that you have to actually place the dirt exactly where it needs to be because it doesn't fall like gravel does. So there's the sort of 2 tips for me for filling in that. Okay, now this is actually getting deep. Oops. We can't go any deeper than that. Hold on a minute, because I think I might have made an error. No, that looks good. Let's sleep away the night. We are nearly there. I don't want to quite finish off the episode yet. We're not going to be able to get the full hull done, unfortunately. I can tell that. But we will be able to finish it next episode and hopefully get the floor in and a little bit of details in. I don't want to do any off camera between this and next episode. I want to at least start it on camera and then do the other side off camera. Because that'll obviously make a lot more sense for you guys. You'll be able to follow it a little bit easier. Okay, what we got here then? We've got 2 blocks there. So they can be filled in. What I'm trying to do is, I'm also, bear in mind, I'm trying to not put more blocks than what are necessary on the sides of these boats. And the reason why that is so when I do the other side, I can actually copy the inside of this boat on this side, and if the inside matches, see how it's symmetrical on the inside, then you've got a pretty good chance that the outside will also be symmetrical. So there's like another little tip there. Okay, so we'll fill that in there, that in there, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good, we're beyond halfway through it, that's for sure. And I like that in the middle. Yeah, it's looking like a really good shaped boat. I do like that. Can I go over here and pillar up in the sky for what my thumbnail will probably be? If we go about here, nothing above me. Let's pillar up here. Boop, 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 boop. And that's going to do it for this episode, I'm afraid, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please send in any pictures if you're building this boat. I saw in the comment section a few of you are having a go at building this on your own survival worlds. And I always like to see pictures through either Facebook or Twitter, both of which can be found in the description below. And yeah, it's awesome to see your ideas. Maybe if you do have an idea that I didn't think of, we'll be able to use it in our boats. See you in the next episode, guys.